Hey, Shalom. I'm going to start by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. And Shalom to you brothers and sisters out there listening and learning. This is just going to be a quick admonition, through the spirit, okay? Because I was thinking today at work while I was driving, I was listening to a brother, I believe it's GMS Des Moines. Y'all brothers should subscribe to his channel. I posted it up one time, or maybe a couple of times, but that brother does edifying videos, on growth in his truth, okay? Because growing is vitally essential, okay? Bearing the fruit, okay? And it's not only getting brothers to hear you, okay? It's also bearing the fruit of the spirit, okay? The scripture talks about. Matter of fact. And this is part of it, man. And it ain't easy. Okay, this is the book of Galatians, chapter 5 and 22. Okay, and this is why I'm bringing this out today. It says, but the fruit of the spirit. Okay, so it ain't all about getting all kind of views and bringing brothers into the truth. Hey, that's part of it. Okay, but also another part of it is the fruit of the spirit. Okay, and what are the fruits of the spirit? It says love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. Okay, so this is another part of this truth. Okay, and to me, this is the hardest part. Okay, putting off the old man and coming into these things. Okay, one of those words in there was temperance. Okay, and temperance goes in what?
Strong's G 1466. Ekrateia. Ekrateia.
Krateia. It says self-control, the virtue of one who masters his desires and passions, especially his sensual appetites. Okay, and this one was a hard one for me. Okay, and it continues to be. Okay, and this is why I'm making this video, because the way that we refine ourselves is what? Through prayer and fasting. Okay, the way that we get rid of these demons is through prayer and fasting. And a lot of brothers in this truth just aren't fasting, man. Okay, and that's really unacceptable. And this is what the Spirit told me. Okay, because I was thinking, and I was going to ask a brother. I was going to ask one of the elders, Elder, what do you think? You've been knowing me for a while. Okay, what do you think that would help my walk better? And the Spirit just popped on me. Okay, should be fasting more. Okay, and that goes for everybody, man. Okay, I've talked to brothers, and brothers have never fasted. Okay, and that's not acceptable, man. Okay, fasting is all part of this. It's a very, integral part of this walk, for you to build up the fruits of the Spirit. Okay, and the scripture says, let me get this right here. It's the book of Joel. Okay, the book of Joel, chapter 2. All right, and I'll start at 11. It says, and Yahweh Bashem Yahshua shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great, for he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of Yahweh Bashem Yahshua is great and terrible, and who can abide it? Therefore also now, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahshua, turn unto me with all your heart, and with fasting. Okay, fasting. All right, this is part of it. Turning your mind and fasting. You can't skip anything here. Okay, there's nothing in this Bible that we can skip over. Okay, if the Lord say fasting, then he want fasting. All right, and we have to, have that temperance, right? Self-control, okay, over the flesh, Because trust and believe, man, that day of the Lord, before we get to that great and terrible day, we're going to have to go through some days where there ain't going to be nothing to eat. All right? And you're going to have to be prepared for that. You're going to have to know how far you can go. All right? Whether you can go one day, whether you can go, 2 days. You're going to have some type of idea, how far you can go. Okay? And not only that, fasting, afflicting yourself allows your body to reset. Okay? Allows, some of these worms and demons that we have, in our body through this defiled diet that we have. Allow some of those to die off, man. Okay? I remember a brother had put up a video about those worms, okay, and how they looked up close under a microscope, okay, and these are damn demons. Let me see if I can see. Yeah, here you go. Okay, this is what these damn things that are in it. This how they look, man. Okay, under the microscope. Look at this damn thing. Okay? Tell me that's not a damn demon, man. Alright? And these things are in us. Okay? Look at this. Hydrothermal worm viewed under electron microscope. Alright? Okay? And we need to starve these bastards out, man. Okay? So this is why the Lord is telling us this. Okay? And a lot of people are controlled, by these damn worms. Okay? Matter of fact, there was a movie. Let me see if I can find it. Because Esau, he tells you every damn thing in these damn movies. Let me see what movie that was. I believe I seen it. What was that? He got plenty of them. Worms. What is it? The Conqueror Worm. Nah, this ain't it. Let me see. Right, this ain't it, but this is one of them, and there's a couple of them. Okay, there's a Parasite. Okay, what you got? Slither, that's one of them. Okay, when the lady had a worm, and the worms ended up controlling the whole town, and I believe this one is about too. This has a 1976 horror film, Squirm, features a small Georgia town plagued by man-eating worms. A storm causes power lines to break and release millions of worms, which quickly start consuming the town's people. Movie about earworm mind control. Let's click this right here. Okay, because this is real business, man. Okay, and these things stop by fasting. And this is why the Lord tells us these things. Yep, there's that movie, The Faculty. Okay, that was talking about that too. X-Files Season 1, Episode 8. Okay. So these devils understand, man. Alright? And we need to understand as well. Okay, that's why the scriptures say, we shall be having an unction to understand all things. Okay, and that's part of the growth. Alright, understanding what we're actually battling against. Alright, look at this damn worm. Okay, so this isn't a game, man. Okay, the Lord told us right here in Joel, it says, Joel 2:12, therefore also now, saith Yahweh Shem Yahushua, turn ye even unto me with all your heart, and with fasting, and with weeping and mourning, and rend your heart and not your garment, and turn unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua your power, for he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and of great kindness, and repenteth him of the evil. Okay, so in order for that to happen, we have to fast. Okay? And again, there's a lot of brothers that don't fast, and it's not going to be acceptable. Okay? This is all part of your growth. Okay? And when you fast, you ain't got to go running around telling everybody. Okay? Hey, if a brother asks you, hey, you could tell him. Okay? But this ain't, this isn't some type of outwardly thing. Okay? This is something that's personal. Okay? And I'll ask a brother, if he been fasting. If I hear a brother, because I speak with brothers here and there, and ask them what's going on with them. They may be running into some issues, and I'll, bring up fasting. Okay, and a lot of brothers just not applying it. But, it is a very personal thing. This is what the scriptures say, Matthew 6:16. It says, moreover, when ye fast, be not as the hypocrites of a sad countenance, for they disfigure their faces that they may appear unto men to fast. All right. It says, verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But when thou fastest, anoint thy head and wash thy face, that thou appear not unto men to fast, but unto the Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. Okay, so you can you don't have to actually tell anybody. Okay, but brothers just told me that they haven't done it. And it wasn't that I was asking to try to spoil they plot spoil their a reward or anything of that nature. But I asked brothers not in a malicious way like that. Just as a suggestion. Because you could tell brothers that has been fasting and them that haven't been. Okay, because when you're doing intermittent fasting, okay, when you're fasting 2 times a week per se, okay, your body is different. Okay, you shine a little more. All right, and it's not hard to see, brothers who are lacking in that area. Okay, and this is why we should do it, because hey, we're constantly feeding these worms, these demons, man. Okay, so we have to, the spirit hopped on me and said I should be fasting at least twice a week. Okay, once during the weekday and once during the weekend. Okay, and with the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, Lord's will, I'll be able to do that. And I remember when I first got into this truth, I used to fast a lot. Okay, I used to fast a lot. I used to fast more than 2 times a week. Okay, I'll go 1-2 days. Okay, in a row. All right, and I was able to pick things up faster. Hey, I was working harder. I seemed like I had more energy. Okay, and I remember those days. Okay, and that's what I want to get back to. Lord willing, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, I can do that as well. Okay. Bear with me. I'm gonna get one more scripture, and I'm gonna close it out. All right. Cause hey, this is just just bringing it back to your mind in case brothers have forgotten. Okay, cause you can forget. This is 1 Corinthians 7:5. It says, defraud ye not one or another, except it be with consent for a time, that ye may give yourself to fasting and prayer, and come together again, that Satan tempt you not for your incontinency. Okay? So, this is part of us going through these temptations, man. Okay? And the way we get through that is fasting. Okay? Incontinency.
Strong's G 192. Akrasia.
Right.
Akrasia.
Again, self-control, man. Okay? This is what fasting does. Okay? It allows you to reset, get back control, and keep moving forward. All right? So, brothers and sisters, Lord's will, you fasting. Make sure everything goes okay. I'll end it by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh Shem Shai, by Shemar Kakwadash. Stay prayed up as well.